You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris. Good Free Flag Friday to you, sir.
Yeah, right back at you. We're giving a fantastic flag away from Maximum Promotions. Moving ahead here in the next 15, 20 minutes, whatever the case may be. It's National Missing Persons Day.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a good thing to shine a light on the fact that there are people that are missing. And
so many. Oh, my gosh,
very
it's
sad.
tragic.
Latest stats as we sit here right now, this very moment, approximately in the United States of America, 600,000.
Holy cow.
Isn't that amazing?
600,000 people are unaccounted for. Where did they go? 600,000.
And it's a bigger problem in South Dakota than we might realize.
Indigenous,
Yeah.
You got
Huge.
the Native nations that are, it's a big deal. It's like an epidemic type deal.
I didn't realize how, and just recently I've noticed on Facebook, there's been quite a few people that are posting, reminding people, letting people know, saying, hey, let's make this stop.
Yeah, let's really, really push this. Let's really get it out there. That's kind of a big deal.
It is.
Huh.
All right. Okay. Wow, that was a bummer. I'm just going to
go
home.
Happy Friday.
Dan.
Yeah. Let's see if we can't pick things up a little bit. Okay. Nathan Lane.
Oh, I like
Actor,
Nathan Lane.
67, Loaded Birdcage.
Yeah.
Great movie with Robin Williams.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Mouse Hunt.
And, of course, he was the Mercat in Lion King, Hakuna Matata, baby.
That's right.
That's just a fact, Jack. And ladies and gentlemen, number 10 on your programs, the scramblingest quarterback ever to light up the gridiron in the NFL, Minnesota Viking, Sir Francis Fran Tarkenton, is 83 today.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yup. I used to watch him as a Ute. I was just a boy.
I remember you telling me that one other time.
I had a number 10 Fran Tarkenton jersey.
I
don't know where it went. I suspect one of my brothers has an idea. Right? One of my brothers?
Probably.
All right, what else is going on? One of the brothers, one of the Davies brothers, Dave Davies of Kinks fame, 76 today, guitar vocalist. His brother Ray is the lead singer, but Dave is 76. Great hits through the years like Come Dancin', You Really Got Me, Tired of Waiting for You, the 1970 classic Lola.
Oh, yeah.
Released in 70, well before gender ambiguity was a huge fad. Well, that's the way I wanted to stay. And I always wanted to be that way for my Lola. La, 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 Lola. Girls will be boys. Boys will be girls. It's a mixed up, muddled up, shook up world. Except for Lola. La, 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 Lola. That's it.
Lovely. Lovely.
Fantastic. Historically speaking, sports, John, you ready?
I'm sports.
Gird your loins, man. It's sports.
I'm sports.
1876. A young, shiny, little, just a nubbin of a boy, Albert Spalding. He has like $800 to his name, right?
Okay.
Okay, what do you suppose he does with it?
Makes a golf ball.
Kinda. He invests in his sporting goods company. Manufactures the first official baseball, tennis ball, basketball, football, and golf ball.
Nice.
Spalding name is still everywhere in sports.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
That's
800,
cool.
800
Yeah.
bones he starts that thing.
Nice.
Yeah, he did all right for himself. Way to go, Al. Son of a gun, you. 1959, day the music died, plane crash. Kills Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, Big Bopper, and the Pilot after leaving a show in Cedar Lake, Iowa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Relative of mine was the Pilot.
You've mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty nuts. And this haunted him pretty much the rest of his life. Waylon Jennings was supposed to be on that plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't
He
that crazy?
gave up his seat, said,
Yeah.
I'll just catch a bus or something. And holy cow. All righty. And let's see, finally here, this, you can't make this stuff up. 2021, this day, engineers at MIT announce they have engineered spinach, yes, the plant, the veggie, spinach, to send emails when detecting explosive materials in groundwater.
What?
Yes, as part of their plant nanobionic research. So
Okay.
Just stop.
So sleep easy tonight, America.
Just
The veggies are in control.
Safe.
They've got it covered.
You got spinach on the wall, man. It's right where we need them. So I know, we all know we just bounce ahead here.
And we're going to do exactly that. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with Chris Tonto Paronto. He's going to be in Sioux Falls coming real soon. Chris, how you doing, sir?
Good. Actually, I'm doing well. You're taking me from a break. I tore my quadricep tendon and quad muscle a little while back, so I was in the middle of therapy. So honestly, it was a nice break.
Nice.
Therapy's not fun. Not fun. Knee repairs are not fun.
Well, we've had you in Sioux Falls in the past. You do a phenomenal job. And I remember last time you were here, I think the book had come out not too far before that. And I think the movie had just come out, 13 hours of the book. And then the movie had come out. Now you're back and going to be speaking here. And I'm looking at the calendar, Friday, March 3rd. It's sneaking right up. And if people want to get tickets, I'll tell them how to do that here in a minute. But what are we going to be talking about at the event that's coming up in Sioux Falls?
It'll be a little different than the one back then. I'll tell you what, back then I was a little angrier, to tell you the truth. It was still relatively new what had happened. And I think I had some reason to be, but I've let a lot of that go. And with the help of God, of course, I have. So God will definitely be part of the speech. I think God needs to be talked about more in speeches in public. And so faith, speech, overcoming adversity, and continuing to honor Tyrone Woods, my two teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty, and of course Ambassador Stevens and Sean Smith. But of course Glenn and Ty, especially since they sacrificed everything so I could come home. And I think that still needs to be talked about, until the day I pass away, and then hopefully the next generation carries it forward.
Absolutely. Now, the talk this time is Crucible of Crisis, Values in Action, Resiliency in the Face of Adversity. And that is a pretty deep topic to talk about. And I see we got a little bit of time to chat about it that night. But how in the world do you boil it down and get all of this into a talk?
A lot of practice.
Yeah.
a lot of trial and error, but military, that's what we do. You try a way, and if it doesn't work, you review. AR is what we call it. You AR yourself, or you review. You go over what you did wrong, right, and you fix it until it fine tunes it, and that's how you do it. And I think anything, just being a speaker, at least in my opinion, like anything else, is if you want to be a good one or good at anything, you have to practice.
Oh yeah,
and that is something in the generation. Maybe the generation right now doesn't understand as well as they probably should, but hard work definitely pays off, and it pays off anything. If you want to be good at anything, you have to work at it. So that's how it's been done. It's just a lot of repetition of me, and also just going through the speech in my head, and then also a little bit of trial and error, try things at different places and what works and what doesn't, as far as talk, when you lose people, when you don't, and then fine tune it until it becomes a very fluid speech. And that's something that, as a public speaker, you have to do that to make sure that, of course, you're resonating with the crowd in front of you, and at least they're getting something out of it. I definitely do. It's very therapeutic for me to talk about it. So I'm getting something out of it on a selfish level, but I want to make sure those there get something out of it, and that's really dealing with adversity and giving examples of what I've had to go through, not just Benghazi, but prior to that, of how I built up that ability to overcome adversity. And that's what you have to do, definitely, just to become a Ranger, just to go through Ranger school and everything else. So it is. It's just something that's trial and error. But then when it comes right down to it, the presentation has to be something that people can interact with, they can feel, and they can go, wait a second, I've been through that before. Maybe not combat, but something of adversity that I've done through that, gone through that. I know how I can overcome it now, and getting through an obstacle that may be hindering them at this moment in time, or something down the road. It's got to stay positive. And that's one thing with the speech has changed quite a bit, is that I don't get in the negatives too much anymore. It's about being positive, overcoming adversity, and letting God take the wheel when you're having those problems that you can't get through.
I love that, and that is something that is important, because it's pretty easy to get kind of negative and down. And right now, more than ever, boy, we just need to think of the positives and find a positive solution to some of the things that people are going through. Because, again, you could be very angry all day long easily. Just turn on the news. They'll tell you everything you want to be angry about.
Yes, sir. That's another thing, John. I don't watch the news anymore. That's why you don't see me. Not that they don't ask. They do, the mainstream media and the big media networks. But I don't anymore because that's what I saw. And I facilitated some of that. So I was even doing my own ARs on myself back in the day. And saying, am I bringing something positive to the table, or am I just really just getting out there and being angry and sensationalizing things and making this big story just how angry I am? Or am I making something positive about it? And also remembering Tyrone and Glenn and honoring them. Being angry doesn't honor them. Telling about their life and telling how they gave of themselves, the sacrifice of themselves. John 15:13 is a great verse for that. But how they sacrificed themselves and gave of themselves so others could live. Even though if there's some negative, of course, they lost their lives. But in state, it is positive because that is what sacrificing God wants us to do, is to give for others. And that's what they did. And that's what the speech really goes that direction now, more so than the angry direction that it used to go.
Well, I am super excited. We're planning on being there. It's Friday, March 3rd. It is at a place in Sioux Falls called, it's hosted by the VFW, Post 628, and Auxiliary, and it's at a place in Sioux Falls called the South Dakota Military Heritage Alliance on Russell. And I'm going to throw a link so you can find it. And on that link, you'll be able to click and buy tickets as well. Chris, thank you. I look forward to seeing you here real soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me again, and God bless you, John. Have a great week and your weekend coming up as well.
Absolutely. Again, Chris Tonto Paronto in Sioux Falls, Friday, March 3rd. All of the details at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Free Flag Friday?
How about a beautiful 3-foot by 5-foot flag, the pole, the hardware, everything you need to fly it high, fly it with pride. From Maximum Promotions, Mark and the crew over there appreciate you so much. Partnering with us on this promotion. Heather Shaheen.
Nice. Woo!
You've got it, Heather.
Flying high.
Love that name, Heather Shaheen.
That's cool.
That's a cool name.
You just say it. Yeah. She sounds like she smells good.
She probably does.
All right. Okay.
If she's listening, she's going to be like, what on earth?
Gets to work today. Everybody's like, oh, what's she doing? According to Dan, who finds things interesting.
Oh, that Dan, he's such a pig. Okay, as you know, and I've brought it up probably too many times, but I've had several near-death experiences the past couple of years.
Yes, you have.
Okay, so I've been scoping out tombstones and whatnot. Even though I'm not going to be buried, I'm not.
Okay.
I'd rather be kind of flown.
We've already decided what we're doing.
I know, we're turning me into bath bombs.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. The only conflict I have is with my daughter on this, but...
Did she say she doesn't want you doing that?
Yeah, she got,
Adamantly?
Yeah, she was a hard no.
So what you're saying is we're doing this without her?
Yes, we are.
Without her consent, without her
knowledge?
But
my son will help you.
Okay. I've already talked to a company that does bath bombs. I asked if they make custom bath bombs. So they said they could. I didn't any more detail than that.
So you've got half my crew on board.
I'm just saying.
Which is nice.
But there are people who might be able to help.
There are some great tombstone epitaphs out there if you look for them.
Yeah.
Some of you may be familiar with, maybe some not. I was just kind of searching around looking at stuff, and here are some things that people actually have chiseled into their headstones. Some are famous, some are not. In fact, most aren't. This one has been done before, and it's been done again. Right there on the tombstone. I told you I was sick.
I told you.
Yeah. That's funny.
Then how about, and I like this one, this is super personal. Mother, obviously. And it reads, I raised 4 daughters with 1 bathroom, and still there was love.
Oh, that's nice.
Merv Griffin. Remember Merv Griffin?
Yeah. Game
right.
show guy?
He's big. Yeah. His says, legitimately, I will not be right back after this message.
Oh,
nice.
I like that.
Isn't that cool? All right, let's see. And someone begrudgingly here, got an axe to grind. I came here without being consulted, and I leave without my consent. And I like this one a lot. Now I know something you don't.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of nifty. Or how about if you, if you can read this, you're standing on my boobs.
Now Heidi
I like that one. I do like that.
Yeah, we know it's coming. Yeah, and just finally, because this kind of tickled my ribs here. Here lies an atheist, all dressed up and nowhere to go.
Yeah. And that's true.
It's
Share
funny.
those as I found them interesting.
I found that interesting as well. That's very cool. So you're not looking for tombstones for you, are you? You're not.
No.
You're good now.
No.
You went to the doctor. Everything's good.
I went to the doctor.
You went to 12 doctors.
I like
Yeah,
47
we had a whole-
doctors.
We were in
A whole gaggle of
in Dan's
doctors.
room, and I honestly, it felt like a Saturday Night Live skit because one person would leave and another one would come in.
Yeah, it was a revolving
in
door.
a 3-minute period, you had a plumber, a doctor, a nurse.
That's right, I got
a
a
nutritionist,
plumber.
another nurse. And they're walking here. Every one of them on their way out, like, just try to get some, just rest and relax, try to get some sleep. And then, okay, and then another guy comes in banging around with, I think your toilet's broken.
Well, that's just it. It's
What
like,
the heck is going on?
it's like, dude, you're in complete heart failure. We're here to make you better by stressing you out beyond belief.
Over there in the corner trying not to laugh, but it seemed, it just seemed very
It
humorous.
was a bit much.
Yeah, I'm
It
just
was.
really glad that everything's better.
Oh yeah, just round things out. I've hired a large animal vet.
Well, Dan, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it, sir.
Thanks for having me. What we're looking at a weekend here. Hey,
Holy cow.
have an amazing, prosperous, blessed
Got it.
weekend. I'll catch you guys on Monday.
Sounds great.
Good.
All
It
right,
is
see
the
ya.
John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, February 3rd, 2023. Equity markets surged on better than expected results from Facebook parent Meta platforms. The news sent the stock up more than 20% and the Nasdaq more than 3%, but both closed well off their highs. The takeaway from the report is that business has bottomed, but there are still hurdles ahead. So investors should be wary of the surge in prices. The S&P 500 gained more than 1.25% on Wednesday and broke above 4150. This is a potentially bullish move for the market, but risk is still ahead. The 4300 level marks the top of a significant resistance range and needs to be broken for the rally to continue. If not, this market may peak soon and begin to move lower. The forward outlook for earnings continues to weaken, and that is what will drive the market into the end of Q1 and the start of Q2 2023. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.